What is up, everybody? We are back for technically episode 1.
We're
but I guess technically
back.
episode 2. I'm T.
And this is Karl T.
Yeah, also known as Young Fresh D, also known as Ninja Knight.
Oh boy.
Sniper Shot. We were having a conversation before we got on and just talking about the old days in a little way. And Karl always has to prove me. He always has to prove me wrong. And Karl has had many names on his MMO accounts, on his PlayStation accounts, and all that.
Many different monikers.
Many different monikers. But I said Karl has an archetype. He likes the rogue, ninja, stealth like type of person. I mean, who doesn't? But he really lives
cool,
in that world.
Cool.
They are cool. They are cool.
I think people call it the strong silent type.
Who are those people?
I don't know. The people that come up with these archetypes.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of those people, and I know that there are people out there that feel this way too. Like, I like my rogues and my ninjas and stuff like that. So sometimes I'll be tight when we're playing a MMO or a co-op game, and you choose a character that I wanted to be, and like that will just like affect my mood for like the half hour that we started the gameplay, and then I get over it. But I was tight, low key. That's the first time I've ever admitted that to you.
I feel like I always say like, oh, I'll pick whatever you don't pick, because I also don't like when we like have the same class, and I usually defer for the audience at home. I almost always defer because I don't have
as you gotten older, you've deferred.
I mean, like, I don't care to be the warrior or the mage. I just want to be helpful in the team.
You want to be the cool ass rogue, and I want to be the cool ass rogue. So then I gotta be the warrior.
Usually the rogues like die first because they mad weak.
they squishy.
Yeah, they're what are the kids called? High DPS, but low health or whatever. I don't know.
Nah, you would. This is what you would do. You would be like, and I want to start like recording this because I feel like sometimes this still happens. You'll be like, it's whatever you want to do, but I was gonna pick blah 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 blah. And I'm like,
but
I'm not gonna do that because I already know what you want.
The last thing I'll say, I just try to be helpful on the team. So yeah, if I gotta be a healer, then I'll be a healer. I prefer not to be, but if I gotta be a mage, that's cool too. But as long as we get buckets and we win, because I hate it when we get clapped up by like level 20 orcs and there ain't nothing we can do about it. Because we both DPS.
Bro, we don't need to pick on the orcs. Why can't it be level 20 elves? Why can't it be level 20
badass
like
too.
Mercenaries? There's always an orc.
Either way, we getting clapped up if we don't strategize properly.
That's facts. As soon as you see the enemy name in red or accompanied by an icon, you about to get clapped.
It's over after that. It's
mega
back.
over. Yeah, nah, you might as well just wait for the respawn at that point. Respawn next to your nearest village.
Yep.
With that said, we're going to add a little bit more structure today and moving forward. So, we can hop into the core topic for today, which is, Karl, you want to hit it?
We are going to talk about essentially what has video games like done for you, or more specifically, how's the best way to word this?
What has video games taught you?
Yes. But before we get into that, I just want to formally introduce us as Safe and Sound Podcast. And this is episode, I guess, 01? How are we going to number these?
Just say one. Let's just
one?
Say one.
All
yeah,
right.
we already here now.
This is episode 1 of the Safe and Sound Podcast. Let's go.
That's right. That's right. If you didn't know what the podcast was, because, if you click on where it's broadcasted, I'm sure you'll know the name of the podcast.
That's fair. All right, so do you want to open up the topic or do you want me to just get into it? I love these types of topics.
I wish I could flip a coin. I'll let you get into it because I feel like last episode 0, I just got right into the Marvel topic. So let's have you get into this.
Okay. So, what has video games taught you as a topic? I feel like for me, and I don't want to say for me personally, but I think it's like overarching. I think something that video games teaches players to say, and obviously I've also learned this, is how to deal with pressure or deal with like a scenario under stress in a safe-ish environment. Like, there's obviously pressure in the real world and when you go to school and, dealing with, the social politics of being in school or as a kid growing up and, everything is such a big deal when you're a kid. But at least in the video games or when you're playing a game, and most game types kind of follow this, there's usually a challenge. There's some build up to the challenge or some type of tutorial or instruction to the challenge. And then you have to approach the challenge, usually in a linear way, but some games allow you to kind of think out the box, think creatively with it. So generally speaking, I think video games has taught me to like, don't be afraid of the challenge, dive into the challenge, and if it doesn't work out, try something else, reload, seek some sources, ask a friend, hey, how did you beat this boss? Or how did you get past the elf at the end of the dungeon or anything like that. I feel like that's like, it's kind of like teaching difficulty in a structured environment. And I love topics like this because it gives more value to video games and gaming in general, more so than just the entertainment value. Like, there is actually a low-key, or depending on the game, a more overly stated educational component to it, even if, the game box or the developers don't necessarily announce that. But yeah, I feel like a lot can be learned from video games, like instead of dealing with the challenge at, let's say your school bully, let's deal with this approachable challenge in your game. Level up, beat that level 20 orc, like figure it out, go back to the town, train up, and then, approach the orc a different way. So yeah, I feel like video games can teach a lot.
I'm sorry, I had to laugh because you literally just said a school bully, bro. Like that
wasn't my experience, but
I feel like that's gonna make you get bullied even more.
Oh, that's a fact.
You know what? I went back home. I got bullied. I went back home. I trained so hard in this video game to come back to try to bust your ass the next day in person is crazy work.
Yo, in every single movie, when it comes to, high schoolers or whatever, the nerdy, supposedly whippy kid, meets with his grandfather who's a freaking kung fu master, starts training up, and then next thing you know,
Karate Kid now?
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. This is what happens in real life, and this is what happens in games.
Yo, I'm sorry. Well, one, I see what you're saying. I agree with you. You went deep off the cuff, and I respect that. What I wasn't expecting is the bully comment. That's one. Two, I gotta call you out on something because because I've known you for decades with an S at this point, which is crazy to say. Only recently have I known you to seek help in games. You usually are the person that is, I'm anti asking for help. I'm anti going online to look for assistance. I don't want to use a Game Informer and blah, 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 blah.
Nah, we don't use that.
So to hear you say that now, I got to call you out for that. I have to.
I commend that and I agree with that. There's very little times that I will seek external help for like a game or a game related thing. But I will say, when it comes to these, these fighting games, these highly technical games, yeah, I might have to. I mean, I'm not gonna look something up, but I'm gonna have to phone a friend. And I feel like the most recent thing is probably the most recent thing was definitely Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for some of the mini games though, none of the main story stuff. But then the other thing, no, I had to look it up.
Oh,
like
yeah,
what is the best way to do this, that, and the other thing. But I would say when I was playing Sekiro, I remember talking with you specifically, like how do I beat what is it, Ishin, the last boss, when he has his multiple forms, and I was like, yo, I guess you just gotta dive in. I wasn't ready for that response.
Hello spoilers for people that haven't played Sekiro.
Yeah. I mean, it's over like what, 7 years now?
Yeah. Like still the best combat, free flowing combat, reaction, parrying, whatever you want to call it, especially the parrying, I have ever played in my life. Like,
definitely a fun
for those that are into games like that are a challenge, but that are just, it just works and it's responsive is probably the best word. Do yourself a favor and, did I say flavor? Do yourself a favor and play that game, please.
Yeah, I love those kinds of challenging games, but yeah, what about you? What has video games taught you?
Well, I thought you'd never ask. One, I'm not gonna get into what I do for work, but it has literally helped me get my job that I've been at for the past 7 years. Some might say could be a dream job. It has tremendously helped me in that way. And just learning things that were educational, to your point. So I'm gonna say that first and foremost. And whenever especially if I'm talking to women and I'm out on a date, and the stigma in terms of guys that play video games and whatnot. So I'm like, yo, it's actually transformed my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is, when people that are not in the world think about video games, they think about it as you're not doing anything with your time, or it's
negative,
not productive, or it could be negative depending on the type of game that you play, if it's Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto, right? But to your point, like, there is so much a part of it, and we can get into the science of video games. I feel like that's something that
we gonna get into it.
Talk about that at another episode. But like, you are constantly using your brain pretty much with, I want to say, every game, right? There's not many games that you really shut your brain off and play. Like from the shooters, right? You're strategically thinking about where to go from point A to point B. There's a reaction time. There's things like that. With sports games, there's, the pre-planning. Like we talked about college football. Like, I spend so many hours planning ahead on how I'm going to recruit somebody, how I'm going to build my team, and then the steps I need to take to achieve that, And then there's the RPGs where you're literally learning about culture, right? Like, one of the games I just started playing is Assassin's Creed Black Flag. The Assassin's Creed series is littered with historical figures and historical stories. So that in itself, even Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which is one of the games that we both poured hours into, you go into the glossary and the text and the lore and all that stuff. It's a super encyclopedia, to the point that I'm like, I ain't reading all that because damn, I might as well read a book. But it is kind of a book, too.
You don't care about the defenestration of Prague, which is accurately represented.
Listen, all I care about is Henri, all right, and Jan Žižka, and maybe Mr. Capon at times.
Mr. Capon. And one thing I will add to what you said, there are very few game types that like the benefit is turning off your brain, but
True.
I've found that they're more of a niche following, like the lawn simulators, which has like a lot of folks love those kinds of games where you're literally just cutting grass. Yeah, or the goat simulator,
Power wash simulator.
shit like that. Yeah, and it's like,
But
oh, y'all really love this, huh?
but you know, at the same time, like I feel like there's still something to learn about it, right?
Oh,
like,
there is definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've never mowed a lawn in my life, and you just started
crazy.
because you know.
I mean, I did
to-
before I moved, but yeah.
Yeah, congrats to Karl T. You can turn on that cheering emote if you want on his recent house acquisition, and so he has a lawn now that he has to take care of. So I'm sure, like, if you played Lawnmower Simulator, you'd be like, you know what? Maybe I gotta cut this grass in a certain way.
I did cut the grass back growing up as well. Me and my brother.
When you were young, fresh D.
Yes, when I was young, fresh D.
Full
exactly.
circle.
But this is this love of cutting grass. It's a bit much, but as I told a friend out here, I see why people like really nerd out about cutting grass and like mindless activities like that. And it's interesting that like, you know, certain niche third-party developers, they tap into that need or that want that the consumer has, where now you have games like Lawn Mowing Simulator or Farming Simulator or Power Washing, which is like, who cares? But apparently they care about
As
this
someone
stuff.
with a power washer, I care.
See, I don't have a power washer, but them things is crazy. And now I'm looking
Oh.
at like, oh, maybe I need to get one. And it's like,
You
oh
should.
boy.
I'd
Like,
be washing
who
the cars
cares?
with it. No, you better be careful. Strip the paint.
Yeah, you take off the
Strip
paint.
But yeah, so I think video games are transformative, and this is definitely a part 2 or something we'll come back to because there's just so much richness in it. But at the top, like it's no secret that you can make a living like playing video games, and that it's just, I think it's healthy for the brain. I think it's one of those things where, as with life, because we're going to talk about life on this podcast, everything in moderation, right?
Of course.
So like water, if you overindulge on water, that will be bad for you.
Very bad.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with video games, in moderation. But the other thing I want to add to it and end here and put a pin in it is the community aspect, right?
Very
And
true.
I remember, you know, in relationships where, you know, I would say this is where I actually have the most quality time with my boy Karl, because we don't live near each other anymore. We live hours away from each other. So the one way that we really truly connect and catch up is through video games. We appointment play. It will be Siege, and we're talking about life, right? And at the same time, we collecting bodies and headshots, or getting clapped.
Or we getting
at the same
washed up.
time. Or we getting washed up, and you hear
Getting
Karl
packed
be
up.
like, "Thierry, save me!" Blah, 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 blah.
And then I'll also be like, yo, tighten up, dog. Come on.
I'm already dead, and I'm out here talking about, yo, this week sucked. So it's the community aspect, and even more so back in the day, because nowadays it's a little bit toxic.
Yeah,
a lot of it.
I don't
Back in the
like
day-
how it's become.
Man, and that's why I wish you had your Xbox, or you had an Xbox 360, because we would come back from school and would just hit up the chat room
Be
and
logging in.
just BS and play, logging in for hours and whatnot. So yeah, it means a lot. It means a lot.
Yeah, and I think, and to further add an ending, and this, you know, there will be a part 2. I think the young folk, or I say the young folk, probably like Gen Z and younger, but they've definitely noticed this. But this is something that I feel like our generation kind of knew about it, but didn't formalize it. There's also like a physical component to it, and that like reaction time, knowing different sounds, words, styles, symbol association, almost like a matching game when it comes to certain things. Um, I know one game that I was playing years ago. I think it was one of the yeah, it was for PlayStation 4. It was Maquette, which was a puzzle game.
What?
Yeah, yeah, it's a puzzle game.
I feel like
because-
you made it sound French for no reason.
No, it's. I think it's made by French developers. I think it's called Maquette. I'm pretty
I
sure.
gotta look this up. Don't tell me how to spell it.
Maquuette.
It's crazy. I
Maquette.
literally just said, "Don't tell me how to spell it." And
Oh
he
well,
spelled it.
wow. So yeah, it's a puzzle game, and it's just like, oh, how do you manipulate this object to fit in this thing? And my wife, she really liked that game, and she does not do video games at all, but it's something a little lower stakes.
That's also cap because
Well,
I've gotten
now she likes video games.
that's my sister, and
Just saying.
she be booting up the PS5 on her own.
Well,
Ain't
'cause
nobody
she
booting up a
learned.
PS5 on their own if they're not a gamer. Also, this is also full circle. Yes, this is Carl's community PS5, as we established last
I'm
episode.
for the people. I'm always been a team player.
Listen to the last episode if you want to know what was said about his community PS5.
It's a community PS5.
Crazy.
But yeah, Maquette, definitely a fun puzzle game. It's a little bit niche. But yeah, I think, there is something to be learned from video games. That's the takeaway here.
Yes, that is the big takeaway. So we'll put a pin in it for another episode. I want to leave off with a random question, just to add some spice before we leave.
Nice.
That's crazy. All right, random question for you.
Okay.
This is off the top of the dome. What is your favorite song of the month?
Favorite song of the month. Hold on. Give me like 2 seconds to look at my Spotify.
2 seconds.
2 seconds. I don't even need to look. It's an older song.
Okay.
It is I Choose You by Willie Hutch. Now, should I elaborate?
Yeah, elaborate.
Okay. So at my wedding, this was a song that, after we do the vows, after the ceremony, and we're like walking out, it was playing. And the reason why I like that song, because the audiophile in me, I have a really good auditory memory. So this is a song that Outkast and UGK sampled on Players International Anthem. It's that like I choose you.
Okay.
Yeah, that song. So I found the original sample, and in the lead up to the wedding and even after the wedding, which was 2 months ago, I was like, yo, this song is actually dope, and I would not have known about the original sample without knowing about the Outkast song. And because, we grew up in hip hop, I didn't really know the original I Choose You by Willie Hutch. Love that song. For the listeners out there, definitely listen to it. It's a smooth song. It's definitely like some 80s, OS 70s stuff, but it's smooth. I like it. What about you?
That was not what I was expecting, and I love that.
I got range.
That's the type of range
baby.
we need. Listen, my range is more mid-range, so I'm gonna I'm gonna hit it two ways. There's the radio, and it's definitely Janice STFU. Because I actually listened to Iceman late. I didn't listen to it when it came out. I listened to it maybe a month after. So now I'm like, blowing me like some green tea, baby. Even though that's the worst line in the song, I'm like, Drake, cut that line out.
That shit
but
out.
you still got to hit, but cut that line out. Particularly the second half when he starts snapping. So that's like the commercial side.
Yeah, he's
But-
got the radio hits.
But honestly, because I just recently beat Expedition 33, and that soundtrack is one of the best soundtracks in games.
Top tier.
My favorite track off that, and I literally have been listening to it on the side, is Gestural Summer Party. All right? If you don't know what that track is, do yourself a favor and listen to it. It is a bop, boy. Like,
you're gonna hate me.
yo, as soon as I pulled up on that world and then them Sakapataks came at me, I was like, hold up, I need to pause the game and appreciate this music right now because it feels like summertime, boy. Please listen to that track. So
you had to hit that Shazam real quick.
Yeah.
Listen to that.
When I tell you, because you know how you can unlock like the CDs or the discs as recordables. Yeah. I was tight because that song is not one of them that you can unlock in the game. Like I literally looked this up on like Fextra Life and whatever. And so I was like, damn, I gotta just listen to it on Spotify. So yes, Gestural Summer Party, followed by the Claire Obscura song that plays in the back. Claire Obscura. Man.
See, you're gonna hate me. I thought, like my initial thought, I was like, oh, the Gestural song is cool, it's nice, it's not bad. It's just very repetitive. But understanding how that game works from playing it for so long, I'm kind of dragging my feet with beating it. It's also the BGM in that world. Like it just plays on repeat. So it kind of needs to be repetitive. My favorite track on that was all the versions of the Lumiere like homeworld. And like the deep crescendos and like, and all of that. And just like understanding that like, it kind of takes place in France, but like not really. So yeah, I appreciate the Gestural Summer song, but it's very much like it's a feel good, like, grab your friends and go do something fun kind of song. And like, I'm not on that type of time when I'm playing.
You need to be on that top. Then you don't appreciate
that game is dark.
it.
That game has some deep themes. So it's like, I like this world, but like, we need to go kill some things.
We don't need to kill,
It's getting crazy.
We don't need to kill, all right? Let's just parry everything.
Yeah, that's true.
And with that note, we're gonna parry this episode and end it here. I know we got so much more to talk about, but I want to end. I wish I could just play the Gestural Summer Party music right now to end it, just to let y'all know how heat that song is.
We might need to clear that with the with the A&Rs.
We'll clear that when we reach 1,000 listeners. All right, let's we don't
shout
need
out to 1,000 listeners. Let's get 1,000 before
let's
we
get
start
a
sampling.
Let's get a wow. We need that so y'all can hear the Gestural Summer Party. All right. With that said, that's another file saved.
Yes, sir.
And till next time.
Save and Sound Podcast, episode 1.
Let's get it. Peace.